Test check on Twitch check. Test check on Twitch check. Test check on Twitch check. Checking microphone on Twitch 5 seconds, 3 second delay. Checking microphone on Twitch 5 seconds, 3 second delay. Second, I think it's true. Yep. Nice. Ya, bentar lagi ya. This is what we've been waiting for. The international. Nah, oke. 16 1 2 3 4. Ini aja. Hai. Berapa nih kelar? Group stage 4-5. Group stage ini dua area aja ya. Belum ya, mungkin kita kasih di capture aja kan. Oke. Mulai mereka ranking 5. Come on. Oke. Akankah kita masuk ke top global? Kapan waktu itu pernah masuk top global? Wah, 2 juta doang, cok. 2.300.000 itu berapa ya? 800.000 doang dari Darona 4 September 5 PM ya. Hop. Harusnya jelas ya dari HP ya. Ntar nanti kita atur. Modenya 5 detik aja bang, 10 detik terlalu lama. Oke. Edit. Second. 21. Still waiting for DoTA to reconnect to us. I hope we can have. It was fun today casting the TI. Actually, we just watched together. I'm gonna cast. Ya kita tahu yang paling laki. Lock, master lock. Play off. Upgrade available. Monto. Upgrade available. Nani sore. Oh, we got 16. Upgrade. More banners. Okay. Hero 1. We're gonna do this today. Maybe after that. Belum juga nih dia. Belum bang, sabar. Ya soal DoTA. Iron. Bangga. I think you guys can watch it clearly, right? Belum nggak? Makan dulu kita nih. Thank you for the like, guys. Bos, hoi. Can play this. Can replace player. Okay. Gitu dong, run scrap. Done. That's good. That's much better. mulai cok, astaga. Iya itu sih. Grab. Baik sama Rosan kill. Habis dong tokennya kacau, makin jelek. Udah. Habis bang. Pesan kill. First blood boleh lah. The quality reduce one. Lihat. Tuh, mantap tuh. Ini nggak nongol-nongol nih. Biayanya nih. It comes for the dog. Paling lancip. Masih offline ya. Jam 3 ternyata. Heroic versus Extreme Gaming. Masih lama, Cok. Gimana dong ini? Kita makan sebentar ini. Kosong ya. Oi, oi, oi. Oh iya ya, nyam nyam nyam. Gak kelihatan medal kita bang. Kasih lihat lah bang. Capek bikin itu lah. Hai. Capek bikin itu bisa-bisanya. Wih, keren. Karena HP ini ya begitu ya. Sebelum makan dulu nih bang, kok kayak gini ya. Sebelum makan, bikin kopi. Taruh. Heroic Extreme Gaming Views schedule. Iya terus aman ya, harusnya sih aman sih. Bahaya. Terus di situ apa? Live chat aja gitu. Kalau mau tanya, jangan lupa bantunya kan bang. Ayo betul. Beberapa pendorong dan halus belum kurang. Bisa kita main turbo satu game. Yare. Kisah ya roga. Oh, udah dikunci 38 menit lagi ya. Besar lagi bang. Yap. Lah beli makan dulu bang ya. Kita nonton dulu aja ya. Kamu kita nonton. Udah nggak main mereka, udah persiapan mereka tuh. Oh masih ada bang. Alah, pencet bos. Kau yang paling laki. You'll get it next time. You have your Ramsey. Makan tuh boleh bang, gimana bang? Bungkus aja makan di sini kita kan. Nanti bikin kopi, ya kan? Ada semua air panas, dispenser, kulkas nggak ada anjing. Turun dikit bang. Gitu.
Whoa! They just killed Radiant's courier! Our top tower's under attack.
Whoop. Mati cok. Kenapa tuh? Bang, boleh makan lu nggak apa-apa, udah tinggalkanlah kejahatan lu. Kagak kena.
Denied.
Ada cabut cok. Dari Triska.
Gotcha! Denied. Radiant's courier got killed! You know how much stuff he was carrying?
Death and gold are linked.
Radiant just fortified their structures! You know what I'm talking about? Oh jeez, Radiant's courier just got killed!
precious bounty.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack! Dire's top tower is under attack.
I've been wanting this. Here I am.
A little something extra for the event.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack! Radiant's middle tower is under attack!
Haste!
Dire's top tower is under attack. I wonder what they're gonna build where Dire's top tower used to be. Whoa, Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dyer's bottom tower is under attack. You know, Morty, it sometimes feels like they don't even care.
Hey.
Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bounty.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack. Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Oh boy, Dyer's middle tower is under attack. Man, you might as well save that energy because Radiant just fortified their structure.
Get a bit caught up.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Oh boy, Dyer's bottom tower's getting hit. Oh boy, Dyer's middle tower's under attack.
That's the
Dyer's middle
spirit.
tower's under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Hey, why don't we build it and announce it out?
Way to
though?
go! Radiant's bottom tower
job.
is officially gone.
Hey,
Nice! Like that song, Glomp Glomp a Nop
Yeah.
Noops, a Noop Noop Noops.
Gotcha.
Dominating. Stupendous.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Udah lapar bang. Lagi boleh. Damn. Bread. Juga. I haven't spawned yet. Ya, kebiasaan ikan itu. Titip balik. Ngapain kau tip dia? Kau yang goblok. Mantap bang. Belum ya? Astaga, belum mulai. Ini ya Toro main nih ya Toro. Nonton ya Toro aja kita cek. Ya Toro udah main langsung ya Toro bang. Yare dah saya. warming up dia. M2 111 Isidoro guys. Yuma baru beli tempat dulu. Beli banyak duit, kenapa rupanya? Dan ya toro guys, ya toro.
First blood.
First blood.
First blood.
Better yours than mine. Jadi makan dulu kita boleh.
Dire structures are fortified.
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
More take that.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack! Oh, jeez, Morty, they're going after Titan's bottom tower.
That should help. Not for you.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Oh, what a mess. Oh, Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Whoa! They just killed Radiant's courier!
Killing spree.
Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Killing spree. Dominating.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You're doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack. under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Jeez, Radiant's middle tower just got wrecked. Dire's top tower is
You're
under
doing
attack.
very well. I'm very proud of you.
Mega kill.
Just the place to play. We'll take that.
Mega kill. Double kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack. Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack. Oh, Radiant's top tower is destroyed. Well, that's what I call teamwork. Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Thank you for the likes, bro. I am eating my lunch now, waiting for the ice. This is playing now, ya Toro.
Wicked sick. Unbelievable.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Oh, man. Oh, man, what? Get up on out of here. Radiant just fortified their structure. Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. slaughtered by the Dire.
Immortality!
Double damage.
You're doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Haste.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Double kill. Witness triple kill.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Oh, Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ada harapan, ada harapan. Thank you for the like, guys. Thank you for the like.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Nice game. Hop. Nice.
Holy shit. Double kill.
No. Don't take the authority.
Oh, Radiant's middle
master.
tower is under attack.
Dapat dikopirin mah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is destroyed. When are these people gonna learn? When are these people gonna learn, Morty? Radiant's middle
I'm still
tower
waiting
is
for
under
the
attack.
guy, guys. That's the wrong way. Nice.
Making mistakes is the path, please.
Oh, Dire's courier got killed. Are you kidding me? Weak.
Oh, dapat, Cok.
Oh boy, Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Jangan pakai
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Race from Yatoro.
Marvel at the spectacle.
Waduh, enak banget dah. Woi, semua saya. Why? You got 5 like? Thank you guys, thank you. When I say thank you, somebody just add 1 like more. Thank you, man, appreciate that. I take that as GB. We're still waiting, guys. Yeah, we're still waiting for the TI. Okay, I think it started already. They're still discussing about it.
With all of them, they're kind of just a bit of a jumble, but we put them into 4 groups of 4, and we're gonna have our group stage. Then they'll be placed into their seeding. A and B are paired up to with each other, so the top of A can pick from the bottom 2 of B and vice versa, which does leave C and D.
Orang Indo, bang. Where are you from? Indo, brother, Indo. Indonesia. Kita tunggu mereka. Nanti saya turun lagi play dia. Pantai dia begitu. Pantai. So bracket. Oh, apa tuh bunyi tuh? Ada notif ya? Dari Twitch kah? Maria James. Thank you for the follow, Maria James. Izin subscribe. Wah, jangan izin, brother. Izin. Subscribe kok izin? Tidak usah izin. Kacau. Gas saya, bebas. Mau subscribe boleh, tidak masalah, mana aja. Panjang hidup ini. Thank you, Bre. Reajiku. Mana baca nama baca. Ya Toro masih main, tapi sudah mulai streamnya. Asli mana? Aslinya aku orang Batak Horas. Gitulah kira-kira. Orang Batak tapi tinggal di Jogja sekarang. Reajiko. Kau orang mana, Bre? Nanti aku panggil Bre pula kan, supaya lebih tua kan. Kacau. Itu aja gak apa-apa kayaknya. Ini ya. Salam dari Sulawesi. Waduh, Sulawesi, aku ke Sulawesi kemarin ke Pasangkayu, terus muter-muter dari Pasangkayu, Makassar dulu sih. Makassar dulu. Palu apa Makassar dulu ya, pokoknya keliling-keliling Sulawesi lah. Tahun yang lalu, persis tahun yang lalu. Pergi ke Tentena. Aku bilangnya kalau bahasa Batak itu Tena itu cakap kotor. Lebih gampang bilangnya. Tentena, terus ke Poso, jalan-jalan. Aku belajar bahasa mana Ji? Nah, cakap kotor Sulawesi bisa beberapa ya kan. Sendok tengah ada Bakuki, Kuda Suki, Dimai. Kacau. Mantap kok gitu caranya, gila nggak tuh? Wah gila nggak tuh? Lompat, aduh. Akhirnya ketemu streamer Dota orang Indo. Banyak Bre, banyak sebenarnya Dota. Streamer Dota Indonesia itu banyak sebenarnya. Cuman yang stream vertical itu sedikit. Thank you for the like guys, thank you for the like video 16. I think Yatoro will lose man. After Yatoro lose, we gonna watch the TI ya. Oh iya lose. Nah, kacau minimum ya. Orang Sulawesi di mananya Bre? Utara, selatan, timur, barat. Kode keluarga di itulah Penajam di daerah. Bukan Penajam Kalimantan dulu. Pasangkayu. Mamuju, mereka dari Mamuju kemarin. Baru pindah ke Pasangkayu. Kalau Pasangkayu langsung enggak? Kayaknya Pasangkayu sih, Pasangkayu terus. Sulawesi Tenggara, utara, selatan, timur, barat. Timur Tenggara kanan bawah berarti ya, di kaki yang depan ya. Tenggara. Wah, berarti setelah Morowali ya, Morowali ke bawah kanan ya. Wah, aku belum pernah ke sana. belum pernah ke sana, tapi itulah kemarin muter-muter pinggirnya Sulawesi. Asik sekali, cantik sekali Sulawesi itu. Pantai di pinggir, tombol subscribe-ku nggak mau. Tombol subscribe-ku nggak mau. Ya subscribe sekali aja bre. Kalau 2 kali nanti dia subscribe unsubscribe. Bakalan dia turun nih. Main Dota kah? Reajiko. Hey, what's up, Maria James? Hello, Maria James. I'm sorry, Maria James. If you here to offer the overlay viewers or stuff like that, I am not in the position to spending. I'm sorry, I have to say that to you. Many people already contacted me from Twitch and Instagram, or many platforms they offer overlay, avatar, stuff like that. And I'm not really using that, Maria. Kumanasai. I wish you good luck though with your son. Udah pensi bang, udah banyak laptop jadi korban. Wah, laptop jadi korban. Korban apa nih? Kepanasan kah? Dibanting kah? Ditonjok kah? Apa gimana nih? Wow, besar sekali tanya. Woi, batu karang. Udah bang, udah kalah bang. Natasha, thank you guys ya. Oke, mari kita nonton TI.
In the game. I think for supports, I think it's pretty easy because you're first phasing it every single game, so you're very comfortable in any situation. But if you're just like last picking some niche hero every single game, it's not going to be as good for you because then they're just going to ban it out in the game and you're not going to get that perfect type of scenario. So it's definitely still useful. Getting MMR is very good. It does show you that you're a high skill player. You know what it takes to win a game, but it really does come down to, are you playing 1 or 2 heroes that's going to get banned out and you don't have an additional hero on top of that? Because there's a massive difference right now between playing pubs and competitive. There's like so many bans. You can ban 4 heroes now if you're like on second pick now, and then all of a sudden you don't have enough heroes. So, and that's not the case in ranked right now because you get the ban system's just completely different. Your hero's almost always available.
Okay,
yeah,
berarti kita
let's flip it over a little bit. I know that we've got talent on our screens here, but Tundra right there. And the man all the way in the very back is the one that we want to talk about. The stand-in that's coming through. Unfortunately, 9 class having some visa issues. It won't be here. He was going to be the 23rd rookie at this TI. There's a lot of brand new players here, their first time at TI. He would have been joining those ranks, but instead we have another potential TI repeat winner. So Sux are joining in for Tundra. He's going to be standing in there for... These are all the rookies, by the way. So we talked about how 4 brand new ones on talent gonna be hoping to make their statement, but a couple of others in some other teams as well. Look at them all. We had to do multiple graphics. That's how many TI rookies there are.
Well, which is always good news, you know, for the viewers. New faces to watch at TI.
Yeah, new personalities you could hopefully fall in love with.
We'll have to see, yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot of new players, and every year there's more and more younger players that have been going through the grind that are getting their chance to play at TI. This is the road to TI as well, so we'll see what they can do, and we'll see if anyone can make a name for himself.
It's pretty much all like entire young rosters, and then like -1 older player.
That's the meta.
It is legitimately the meta. All of Zero minus Erica, all of Beast Coast minus Moose and Vitaly. Moose with a little bit more experience.
You consider him old? Huh?
I feel like the only...
At this point.
He's like 24. He's so old.
But he's an old soul, you know?
Yeah, he is.
The only inverse I noticed was Heroic and Falcons being the opposite. Only 1 of their players being TI rookies. So Malorine for Falcons and Davai for Heroic.
That was old meta, though. That's old meta.
I was
to get only 1 new player.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm like to see that. I'm surprised about Davai Lama in general, just because I feel like he has been around. He's been on teams that have been very close,
promising,
and very promising. Like it's always. And I do. We'll eventually talk about Heroic. I do think that is a dark horse type team. But Malorine, like he has invented so much of how people play Dota right now from the mid lane. So it's funny to see him on there because at this point, for how dominant Falcons has been, it feels like he's a veteran.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like he's a rookie at all. Just because we've seen him so much. He's had so
I was going to say, they're making it to like, what, top 3 every land that you're consistently bringing them up. You're consistently talking about them, what's going to be new for them. So, yeah, still first time for him at a TI, though. It's going to be interesting to see just how we were also going to talk about repeat winners, because there's two different categories for potential repeat TI winners. That's making themselves 2-time TI winners, but there's also a lot that sit in the category of a potential 3-time TI winners, which have not happened yet before. It's going to be good. Coming up here, these are the 2-time hopefuls. Obviously, a lot of TI-11 Tundra coming up on screen there, but Toronto Tokyo for himself, and then LOL as well. Still there on Team Spirit, and then these are 3-time hopefuls. The rest of Team Spirit, and then Thompson on Tundra. So Tundra has a lot of TI wins in their bag as well, despite being a mixed group, all pulled together, what feels like last-minute Jenkins.
You know what? Tundra is a team that has been kind of sliding under the radar this year. I feel like they've not had any number ones. They've had some roster issues, a little bit of drama surrounding that, depending on the time of the year, where they're like missing tournaments because of that. But they got number 3 in the Fissure tournament. They got 4th in Riyadh. They got 3rd in Birmingham. And in these tournaments, they're also like going 1-2 in the series that they're getting eliminated in. So it's kind of this team that has always been so close. And like you said, they have all these TI winners for this tournament, and they have the TI winners that like Thompson. That's OG original. Like, this is the guy to make the kind of fairy tale runs. So I think
you just all of a sudden get plucked, you brought into competitive, and you're like, oh, let's win a TI. Oh, let's do it again.
Yeah, he also says that when you put a lot of like star players on a team, it might take a longer time to gel together, comparing if you have
that's a good point.
5
because
players.
they already have like pre-existing notions of
and when you have a young team, they're all like inexperienced. The coach tells them this, that everybody's going to do that, so it's easier to make the team gel together, so it takes less time.
I think the Whitemon factor here, though, is something we have to consider, because I would say that this guy has the most impact for the least main character type of playstyle in Dota that exists. The guy plays only sacrificial supports. He always gets his core good farm. He always wins all the lanes. You're never like, oh my god, what a performance from Whitemon. But then if you could somehow measure the impact in the game, like, he would have the highest impact.
He's also very good at playing the initiating roles, like clockwork. Like some of the position 5 players, you see them, they're really good at farming, like snaking. He likes to farm. But some players, they are always constantly looking for an angle to initiate, and Whitemon's one of them, and not every single position 5 player plays like that.
Yeah, I think he's someone that's been present quite a lot. He's found his way on numerous tier 1 teams as well. I know that he was a big shining light, I would want to say, for supports in SEA, and then he had that brief moment over in NA. Now he's found his way in Europe. He's kind of like slowly climbed up this ladder for himself, and you're right, he's found himself on a team that has gone under the radar. The play style that he has is a little bit under the radar, but I do think he is a key contributor there. I'm interested to see what exactly he's going to be bringing out for this TI, because I think support meta might be changing up a lot more since the last LAN that we had.
Yeah, and I think they're bringing Soxa onto the team as well, and I think the last tournament he played in was the TI qualifiers with Team Bald, I believe, if I'm not mistaken on that. And he's been playing pubs, and we're seeing a lot of Sniper. He's playing Sniper in pubs right now. He's playing Naga. These are some of these...
Do you know what rank he is, by the way, on the
sure
leaderboard?
Jenkins knows.
He does.
I think he's 7?
9.
He's 9, okay.
9. That's pretty good.
Odd number. Yeah, no,
he's not being in competitive... On a competitive team for a year, he's still grinding it and ranked number 9.
Sometimes that helps you, if I recall. Because,
not being on a team?
Yeah, because I feel like when you play competitive, you're playing most of your games in scrims, and you're playing as a competitive Dota player, and certain things you're expecting to happen a certain way. And then when you get in the pubs, at least in my opinion, I get frustrated if I'm on a competitive team and I go pub because everyone's just doing random things, or I feel like I don't have the time to learn the pub meta and just spam the games because I feel like that's a big part of it.
You know what, Clinton, about that? I had a theory before when my players, they were doing really well in pubs.
Yeah.
I see them playing badly in our scrims.
Yeah, exactly.
And they are playing, if they are playing well in the scrims, they are losing MMR.
So we've had it wrong the whole time. The lower rank you are in your pubs, the better your team will perform.
Get Herald players for your TI winning roster.
There's a very fine line.
Of course.
Like,
you have to be, it's a balancing act.
I feel like the really good players, they can do both, right? But I feel like if you want to really boost your MMR, you kind of just step away from the competitive scene for a little bit, and you can help do that. But you still have to be a really good player to be top 9 in Europe matchmaking.
I mean, it's a tough cycle, right? You kind of need to play Dota in a different way to win your pubs, but then when you join a team and you get noticed, you join a team, then you have to switch and you have to play in a different way. But if you do that in pubs, then you lose your MMR.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at like Yatoro, for example, he's like ranked 50 maybe or something and ranked, but you compare him as the best carry.
Yeah,
it doesn't
he really turns
on.
I want to narrow in a little bit more. I know that we started just talking about pubs, metas, all this sort of stuff, but our Tundra talent game draft will be coming up on our screens very soon. Before we do jump into it, Saksa, is it the make or break? Will they finally get over that threshold and get further than third, fourth on LAN? Or do you think that it's going to be what you said, Winter, and maybe a little too long for them to gel together?
It's really difficult to say, you know. I feel like his playstyle is also maybe not exactly the same with 9 class, and they're going to need some time, you know, where it's good for them that nobody gets eliminated in the first phase.
That's
you know?
true.
They're going to have to try things out. They're going to have to see what works and figure things out quickly.
Yeah, they're going to have to do it quickly because this group stage is very short. It's only 2 days. So we've got 3 streams. I mentioned it before, but maybe you're just tuning in. It's 3 streams, 5 best of 2s on each stream for today. Tomorrow, it's going to be 3 best of 2s on each stream, and then any potential tiebreakers that will be occurring afterwards. So 2 days of groups. It's very quick to get those seedings within those groups. And right now, we're going to see exactly what people are prioritizing for our bands. Is it in sports? Is it in core roles? What exactly is it going to be? The Naga, the Sand King, no surprises at all, I feel.
I mean, I think for a lot of people it might be, because it is TI season.
Analyst.
It is like a TI season, right? And a lot of players come back during TI season. And they say Naga, like, why would you ban Naga in the first phase, right? That's a carry hero. No, not anymore. Naga can be flexed as a carry, but it's now primarily like a support right now. With a new facet, Deluge, you just get in there, apply a status resist on top of them, and it caps your max move speed. So it's very, very annoying. And the fact that you have Reelin as a ability on top of your net now makes this hero a very good support. And then I think, Winter, you really enjoy this hero.
Yep, I enjoy playing into this hero. This hero is so obnoxious right now. Like, you build Gleipnir, so the perfect carry. I mean, your ulti got nerfed in this patch, the Wrath of Nature, but it's still so strong.
10 seconds.
You TP around the map in the early game, and I like the fact that they changed that the Sprout, it does instant damage, so it's a lot stronger in the lane. And basically, no one can trade in the lane against the Ironwood Treant.
Where exactly can you play Nature's Prophet though? Because that's, I think,
you can kind of play him on off lane or carry or even mid, but I think his strongest role is on the carry role, because you need him to actually snowball from the lane, and because you're on the shorter side of the lane, you can abuse with your Treant and you push the off laner or the support out lane. Nothing can actually touch the Treant, and you win your lane. And after that, you have ulti, you kill the other side lane, and you kill the middle lane, and everything just snowballs from there.
I have seen one playstyle that seems to work pretty well against the Natures as a core or a support, and that's having an offlaner or like whoever's laning against it build double bracer, and then the support just leaving. And you say like, okay, you want to play this hero that's going to dominate the lane? He doesn't kill you. He just CS's and dominates, right? So the way a lot of people are playing around it is essentially just like sacking the hero that you put against it in a way, and then getting solo XP, and it seems to work fine. I'm a little iffy on Nature's Prophet as a hero, just because now that the ult got nerfed in terms of the base damage that it does, the bounces don't kill creep waves instantly like they used to at the same level that they used to. So you're going to be getting a lot of creep waves low on the map, but not necessarily killing them yourself, which is a lot less gold, and you're still denying those creeps from your team. They're not going to be pushing into you because they're going to like instantly.
Yeah, but I would still say like in the early mid game, it just makes it a lot easier for you to play as a unit, as 5 as your team, you know, because you have someone that can always connect. So it's easy to play. I would say it's easy to play the early game. So in high level Dota, I think that matters a lot, you know.
It does. I'm just saying, if I had to hedge my bets on like what heroes are going to fall out of the meta, I would say that the stock in Nature's Prophet, I believe, will go down when we see, like, let's say, third day of group stages. Because I think now
there's not a third day of group stage.
When we do see it, I think it's going to go down. I've seen some counters to it.
So tomorrow, you know, like yeah.
I mean, I definitely think.
I think tomorrow it'll be less value.
I think support and potentially mid might get figured out, but I don't think there is a hard counter to the carry NP, just because of how fast it can play.
Do you think the same as for the offlane MP? Like just side lane MP core in general? It's
no, just carry.
Just carry.
Okay. And I think that'll always have some value as long as
udahlah, baru game pertama udah main kasar.
On top of it, you can farm fairly fast. And I don't think as a carry you have to rely on your ulti to farm. It's just kind of like an additional tool that most carries don't have that can help team fight. Whereas if you put on another role, it won't be. It's an interesting interpretation from Talon. Dragonite, it's a hero that I personally like in the carry role, the fire facet, but I don't think that's what they're going to do here. I feel like this is an answer to NP, just on either it follows it mid or the off lane, because it has high armor, and on top of it, if NP ever leaves, and you do go for the Poison Dragon, you can just take his tower, right? And kind of just punish the fact that he is rotating on the map. I feel like that's Talon's like read on this particular game, and how they want to address the Nature's Prophet. They knew they're going to pick it. This is the response that they had. That's a very fast lineup that Tundra's running.
Yeah, Enchantress, Tusk, and this is such an old school thing. Like you run around the map, your 6 minutes, your supports go to mid, they take the rune, and you have an NP that can TP to mid. So there'll be 4 heroes there, and they want to kill the tower at 7 minutes with the first catapult.
And I do think that DK, if he's in a side lane position, Tusk is one of the nicest heroes to play against it. He just does not have enough armor to survive through a tag team with 3 heroes hitting him.
Where has this, like, I'm going to say resurgence, even though this is the first game we've not only seen right now in our road to the International, but right now, Tusk is like, so I feel he's about to come back into meta, and then all of a sudden just doesn't. So like, what garners him being picked up right now, maybe outside of the DK, maybe something in his toolkit?
He kind of got like a couple of good quality of life changes with how the Lotus Orb interacts and the Lincolns interacted with the snowball. Because before you needed you cast your snowball on a Lotus Orb target or Lincoln's hero, you need the snowball to connect on that hero before he procs the Lincolns or Lotus. But now it instantly breaks. So that's a big deal in the mid-late game team fights.
For Aghanim Scepter kicking people back, you can instantly break the Lincoln.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't know they changed that. One thing that anybody who comes back to Dota after a year potentially of not playing or watching, and they see the Mirana, you might think that it's a support. It could be, but a lot of people are going for the Solar Flare facet, which gives you your whole team
feels like it's
damage and attack.
It's a carry here with
Dan bang,
Marcy.
HP
I think they're gonna run a Mirana.
Probably
Marcy lane, and Mirana you can kill the Treant, you know.
Because
Thank
you were
you,
saying
thank you.
Ponyo is melee position 5
yeah,
player.
He loves playing melee here.
So he loves the Marcy. We've been seeing a lot of Mirana carry, although I do believe that what Mirana offers, she offers pretty nicely from the support positions as well, as long as you have heroes that benefit from the Solar Flare. But I love the overwhelming damage that this hero gives you, playing into the aura and like tank meta that people are.
Yeah, but the thing with Mirana carry, I feel like she's weak in the first couple of levels. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong about this, Clinton. Like, I feel like he gets abused in the early few waves.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the Mirana carry right now. I think in a support role it's a lot better. But yeah, your early stage isn't incredibly good. With Marcy, it might be good enough, but it's not like really good setup. I think it's a pretty strong lane overall. But I think if you do have a carry Mirana, it makes your lineup look a little bit strange here. But I don't think they have a choice, right? I think it kind of has to be the carry Mirana in this situation. But against Morphling, it's definitely not good. That's a matchup where Morphling will take control of the mid-late game. They really have to snowball the game. But they do have a good lineup where they can group up. DK can really use the attack speed as well. Mirana does hit hard, but the only issue she has right now is you stun her once and she's just dead. Very, very squishy.
I mean, you have the SD to help you, I guess. I mean, the SD is also really good with DK. I mean, I love getting the Neo, the facet, you know, the promulgate. When you have a tanky hero on your team, I always do it. Like, he's gonna go in and just gonna cast my spell on him.
Yeah.
That plus a Solar Crest makes whatever hero you put that on like, immortal. It is so hard to deal with. And I love SD as a hero. We were talking before we went live, and I actually pick SD as my top contested support for both 4 and 5 in this tournament. Just because not only does it allow you to like buff and save your team, it also counters the buffs in the saves that exist because of the SD ult purging. It purges Force Staff, purges Glimmer, it purges Solar Crest, Drum Buff, like all of these auras that people are building, minus Pipe because it's not purgeable.
I mean, the thing with SD this game, I feel like you're very vulnerable in the early game against Ench, Tusk, MP rotating around. I feel like you could die a lot in the early game.
Man, my question has just been, what's Thompson going to play?
Thank you, bro.
He doesn't strike me as the Nature's Prophet type of guy.
He does play Nature's.
I mean, he does, but he hasn't played it recently. He's actually been playing a lot of Ricky.
I mean, what do you think their draft needs right now? Do they need like someone that can go in and
They need someone that can just play with the supports, I feel like. And Morph is going to farm a lot. NP can always come in. NP and Morph are going to take up most of the farm on the sides of the map. They need just a hero that can just run around with the Ench and the Tusk as a 3-man and just control like the runes, make side lane rotations, play really quickly here. They don't need to like an alchemist or something very greedy that we saw banned there. They want something Topson to play very fast on. And NP could be it, but if it's Topson going mid with NP, then we need something that plays fast in the off lane, which I don't think there's anything in the off lane here that really will lane well with a Tusk and also play fast. Maybe a Centaur, potentially?
Centaur, Primal type of hero.
But Primal Tusk lane doesn't sound
I mean, the lane is going to be wonky regardless. I mean, if you want Tusk to be useful in the early game, you need like something like a range hero, like DP.
I mean, they could double down and just go all the laning stage.
I was thinking of the DP as well, but I know...
Visage?
SD
yeah, Visage maybe.
I like Visage. I like Visage.
Yeah, because
I love how quickly Jenkins just turned his mind. He's like, yep, no,
I
yeah,
think
Visage,
that- I think that
yeah,
hero's-
Visage, yeah.
I think that hero's.
I mean, to me, that's doubling down. Like, if you want a well-balanced lineup here, you pick, like, I mean, he likes Ricky. I'm fine with that. You pick your Ember Spirits, some type of Spirit type of hero, or Rotator, these Tinies, Primals, whatever it might be. That makes you have a well-balanced lineup. But if you just want to go all in on the speed, then yeah, you can pick a Visage, build the auras, TP around with NP. You've got a really fast lineup, but if you don't do well in laning stage or you lose a team fight here and there, the game could get a little rough later, a bit down.
I just feel like all the heroes we're mentioning as like these ranged heroes are just
Wow.
There you go. There's
replacements. So yeah, I like this. I like that they pick something.
They need something that can just move around the map with the supports that has some control. So,
They completely lack team fight.
I mean, it's also
as well.
good against Mirana and the
For
team
this.
fights later with the arena. Can
Yeah.
block out a lot of the damage.
Later.
I mean, the laning with Tusk is not the best, but still good.
Later.
Yeah, and against DK to be fair as well. Like, both of-
they just have to survive. I think the one thing you need to keep in mind is when you have like a mid NP, this guy can salvage any lane that he wants to. Like, you might not do the greatest in laning stage, but this guy is going to be level 6 at, 5 minutes.
I mean, that's
into
the
game.
point of like the DK, right? You put the DK in mid, so every time he does that, you're gonna hit his tower.
Yeah, that's their answer. And unfortunately, the only way you're going to be able to mitigate that is you're going to have to rotate the Ench mid every time NP goes out. So there's definitely answers, and they definitely need to strategize like what they want to do here. And is it going to be? You can't just leave the lane completely open for DK. That's not going to work. So I think Ench has to rotate to the mid lane every single time that the NP TP's out, and then they can play really fast while defending their towers. It's going to be very important that Morph gets off to good laning stage as well. We didn't talk about Morph at all, but this hero is incredibly cool right now and how people play it, but we'll see what Talon pick first before we get into that. And I feel like they need either a mid or an offlaner at this point.
Probably off lane, I think, right now.
Are you happy with Makoto playing a Dragon Knight? I just don't know.
No.
He likes the slippery, like the pucks. The spirits,
but
right?
you don't
That
want to
is
do
something-
DK off against Morph either, do you?
No, that sounds awful.
Now you're in a tough position.
You need to pick an offlaner here.
Okay.
Ideally, a Zoo hero are the ones that are best against Morph or Underlord.
Decision. No,
Is Underlord banned?
is not, no.
Ricky. Okay, this is a very strange
This is a
draft.
mid hero, probably.
Oh, they're using the mid tech against them. Okay. Topson's been playing this one.
I mean, I feel like their draft looks so wonky right now.
It does.
I don't. If I'm Nature's Prophet and I see a Ricky picked against me mid, I'm kind of like, I mean, I'm just expecting free farm.
Yeah, you don't care. But then again, the Ricky doesn't care about the NP either.
Yeah, Ricky is good against Morphling with the silence later.
Yes. But yeah, the way people are playing Morph right now is pretty cool as well. He most of the times will buy a Vlad's, but you're just getting stats now. You get waveform, you get 1 point in your W, maybe 2 points in your shift, and then you just get stats now because you get double the stats just because of his innate ability. And he gets very tanky and can join the fights much earlier. I really like what Tundra has going on here. I think that Morphling is their security into the late game. Same with the NP. They can play super fast. They've got the team fight control as well. Talon, their lineup isn't particularly bad either, but this Ricky, I feel like, has to do so much work in this game where this NP is just going to be everywhere, and he's going to be hard for him to fall.
Yeah, I feel like he has so much to do, and just looking at the heroes that Tundra have, he's going to have to deal with the MP TPing, he's going to have to deal with the Ench and the Tusk rotating to the side lanes, and their lanes itself are not particularly that strong, you know? So I feel like Tundra's lineup is just way easier to execute.
All right, here's a question. What facet is WS going to go for? Because the Frost Dragon is good against Morphling. Right, you have the healing reduction.
Yeah.
The Red Dragon, we talked about him being the true carry.
No Red Dragon, please.
He can go Red Dragon off lane, just absolutely ruin pubs, or he can go green, which is boring. It's just typical.
So
I'm going to take towers.
The Frost Dragon will be pretty good, but I think the green one will give them momentum, which they need.
We know what he's picked, right? He's
fire. He went fire.
At the last
He went
minute,
Fire
he changed to
Dragon.
fire.
All right, he's playing carry.
At the very last minute, he did swap to fire. I was waiting right until that. I was like, I'm gonna wait for the locking because you can change it at any moment. But Now you have an answer to your question, Jenkins. You guys have given your thoughts exactly on where you think this is going to go. Not too in favor of Talon right now. We're liking what Tundra have together. But either way, let's get on into our very first game of this group stage with our casters, MLP and John.
Oh, thank you so much. Now we are going to game number 1 between Talon and Tundra Esports. And it is in MLP, DoTA and John X5. Jonathan, welcome back. We're here for TI. So how the hell are you doing?
Doing great, Mike. It's been a while. And it's good to be here on the biggest stage of the year for our game, of course. This is going to be a fun match. Talon up against Tundra. Talon, drafting-wise, are cooking up extremely hard. This is not something I've seen them play in other third-party tournaments. Snow Rui. This is entirely different. Smoke breaks. Can he get
it certainly does. Ramsey's being chased down already, and Jokam's got him with the disruption. But do they have the proper setup? They do with the arrow from Akashi. Toss back on Ramses. He should be going down here, and this should be the official first blood of the road to the international for WS of all people.
Yeah, that's a very good pickup for our off-lane DK, having that strong start into the double bracer timing. Again, he did go for Fire Dragons, we've heard our panel talk about. So he's going to be just sitting back and farming. A little bit more to help with that laning phase is going to do wonders for him. And pretty big kill to find early on. Again, just getting that early activity out. The wards have not been spotted from Tundra though, so they should still have that forward vision for themselves as the lane goes on. But again, this is going to be fun. I mean, we've got the new tech coming out as well from Thompson, the mid NP that we've seen a lot of in other third-party tournaments. For me, most recently, I believe Execration's been doing this quite a fair bit in like Wallahia qualifiers as well. Lewis has been playing this a ton. Thompson, of course, probably been playing it on his pubs quite a fair bit as well. Should be a very, very interesting matchup against the Ricky. The panel touch on that just a little bit. And this matchup doesn't really care about each other too much. The Ricky can play aggressive. He does have a little bit more agi bonus attacking non-hero units, so he can also somewhat delete the Ironwood tree. Although early on it is still highly inflated. Doesn't give that much gold for how much it does in lane. So I'm keen to see how Mikado handles this. But as the levels go up, it shouldn't be too rough for the Ricky. Although, again, early on, this is definitely way more favorable for Thompson. Probably for the first 3 levels, or maybe even the first 4 levels, it's going to be pretty much in the NP's way.
Yeah, certainly this Ironwood trade makes it very, very hard to actually lane for Makoto, but we'll see how he does deal with it as the levels do go up. Of course, the side lanes, Jonathan, top lane, you've got Pure and Whitemon against WS and Jokam. What do you think about this? Because I believe Winter was saying he didn't really like the idea of a DK versus Morph matchup. Do you kind of agree with that sentiment? Do you like this laning stage from either side?
It's a very stable lane for WS. He's not going to be able to fully bully out Pure. Neither will Jokam by any means, and I think that's the one thing. Pure should still be able to have himself a relatively free time farming up, unless he overextends, but you probably aren't going to be looking to play too aggressive even with the Tusk on hand. You have drinking buddies for Whitemon as well here, so there is a way to kind of try to reposition your Morphling just a bit if there is some commitment later on. But it's going to boil down to a really strong farming lane. If Jokam can get the space to stack up without being contested by Whitemon, that's where WS can really start to shine later on.
Speaking of Whitemon, he's taking a fair bit of damage on his way out. In fact, it seems like WS might actually be able to secure. Do they have enough? They do. Jokam will get it with the Shadow Poison stacks, and it was only 2, but it was just enough. So another kill already going to the way of Talon. 2-0.
Yeah, great start for them so far. Again, this should still be a stable lane for Pure. That's a rather aggressive drinking buddy out from Whitemon. Great disruption to cut off. Maybe Pure looking to wave for him in. Otherwise, again, Pure still has a lot of sustain. First few levels for the Morphling, definitely not great, but once you can sustain through, should stabilize relatively well. That Vlad's build-up is still there as well for Pure if you want to kind of just hit the jungle, get some stats, and pad out, as we heard the panel talk about. Last lane, of course, here, Mike, down bot. You do have Akashi on that safe lane Mirana that we've seen quite a fair bit of popping out again in third-party tournaments, along with Ponyo on the Marcy. It's a lot of damage here, but there's also a lot coming out from Tundra. You don't have the best setup for the arrow. Dispose into arrows, not particularly amazing. The timing has to be perfect. This Mirana core, though, is rather fascinating because it's a really great buff to a lot of right-click carries with a Solar Flare, and that's something that can definitely enable this carry from the offlane for WS in this game.
That certainly can. So far, in fact, jump in from Ponyo just for a moment, but he misses the rebound, so not able to really set up onto Ramses. Of course, this bottom lane does seem like it's going to be a little bit annoying here for the side of Talon. I say that, I suppose you've got plenty of ways of dealing with the creep of Saksa thanks to the arrow of Akashi. And speaking of Saksa, he's currently being chased down by Ponyo, who's making life very hard now for the Ench, but he will be okay to back his way out. It seems like Ramses, for the time being, obviously just wants to secure his own farm. He's not too interested in trying to force any fights.
Yeah, it's, again, really hard to look for a burst play here as well for Akashi and Ponyo. Very sustainable lane. Just Enchantress, even without the
terakhir
wisps,
ngecek
just
apakah
make this
bisa.
tendency to really have the burst damage to get anything done. Akashi is
Udah nggak
farming
bisa
up
lagi,
quite
Cok,
fine,
nonton dari
but
in-game.
Ramses isn't being
Astaga.
shoved away from this lane either, so you are getting that scaling that you'd want in terms of EXP. Try to hit maybe a level 5 or just right into a stable
Tak bisa,
6.
Bang.
Get some room out, stabilize this lane, get stocks of perhaps start to look at mid if possible. If he does get a good creep for himself, his camps are open. So we'll see if that's something that lines up to kind of try to snowball out from Thompson. I feel like that's something the panel was touching on. It feels like both farm mids have to kind of make some plays. Maybe less pressure on Tundra with Ramses on something that can play make on Mars, but certainly for someone like Mikado, if you slow this guy's game down on Ricky with a rotation out from Saksa, that's where things can kind of go wonky. Like you've got a Moran that needs to farm, you've got a DK that's definitely going to need to farm, and a Ricky that needs tempo. One little thing going out of order here for Talon can just ruin this game for them.
There's props to Makoto as well while we're speaking about him. Johnny's having a pretty decent time in that mid lane matchup, not too threatened by Thompson quite yet. In fact, he's ahead of CS just barely, so even though that Treant's being ultra annoying, it seems like Makoto has been able to just kind of abuse the Blink Strike to secure CS here in the mid lane and really hasn't slowed down too much in terms of farmers. Top lane now, Pure. And White One going to chase down WS, waveform forward, WS going to try and just tank through it, gets the Dragon Breath off, and will actually be able to back his way out as now Jokam's trying to move in. On a Pure they'll go, White One taking a fair bit of damage with these Shadow Poison stacks, now 5 completed on White One. And that'll be enough, Jokam able to secure another kill.
They're just working this top lane so well. Again, the Tusk wants to be able to play forward, wants to be that frontliner to enable some aggressive plays with more fling, but in these prolonged fights, it takes so long to commit onto WS with the double bracer. This guy's sitting at 1.2k HP with a wand on top at level 4. You're not going to look for a physical kill on that DK anytime soon, and that's pretty much all you have here, especially with the drinking buddies. You don't really have the nuking damage yet from Pure to try to melt him down. So WS is going to be perfectly fine, get some regen in lane, and even though the kills are going onto Jokam, this is still important for the Shadow Demon to find. Something like a fast blink, fast Aether Lens, maybe even an Ags Rush can make all the difference in this kind of game. So you really don't mind that too much.
Thankfully for Akashi, that spear did not land from Ramses, just no tree right behind the Mirana. It will be okay, no stun lock there, but it does seem like Tundra are slowly starting to take over this bottom lane. I say that though, Akashi's still having the time of his life when it comes to the CS department, so it really does feel like all the lanes are actually quite even right now between both these sides.
And it is. I think the one big concern for Ramses is that you can't really stop a Mirana farming. Sure, you're not threatened by Marcy whatsoever. There's no aggressive plays for Ponyo to try to set up for that can line into a feasible kill, but you just can't put your body in front of Mirana and stop her from farming. She has the arrow for the siege creep, she has the arrow for the Enchantress creep. It's just not an easy time to try to maximize this lane from Tundra. They are blocking off Ponyo from trying to snipe away the Wisdom Rune. You are still getting movement across from Mikado though.
Oh, it's cheeky. Makoto, he's going to try for it, but no, Sux has got it. Fast fingers here from the Ench. Meanwhile, bottom lane, of course, Jokam was able to secure his own Wisdom Rune, so no double Wisdom Rune here for Talon. Top lane, though, WS now being chased down, and Thompson does TP in. This should be enough damage here for WS, and they do get it. Very nice rotation from Thompson. First one of the game, but it certainly already pays off.
Yeah, that's what we need to see here from the NP. Connections into any of the lanes to find a kill, relieve some of this pressure coming out on Pure, and finally get that payoff on killing off WS as well, slowing down the tempo of that DK into his level 6. You've got the EXP advantage for Pure. He's going to have his 6 faster. You're stalled out from WS and you're just sitting, camping a lane, getting some free siege for yourself. That does leave Ramses alone here though. Good spear.
He'll be just fine. Sux is actually just taking over the mid lane now as Thompson obviously made that rotation earlier, so just wants to get that bit of XP for his Ench. Makoto, he hasn't really moved too much. The Riki is still just casually farming that mid lane. More than happily now looking for a shield rune as well, but it looks like it probably does get denied, and it does. For a guy that hasn't played Pro Dota for a year, Jonathan, Sux still seems to be on top of the game.
And he is. Micro still on point. Again, bot lane not really the most aggressive, but he was managing to get that spacing for Ramses to still soak up safely. A little bit of a chase on Whitemon.
See if they can find an easy pick-off. I say easy, Whitemon. Gonna be alright, just casually walks away, and Makoto doesn't really see the opening he was looking for. No real great lockdown to try and follow up with. And in the meantime, of course, Thompson just continuously just leaving the lane, just going into the jungle, just keeping that farm going. And it's kind of the scary thing against this Prophet, right? You just never know when he's going to show up in a lane and just take you down. He's just going to go quiet for now. Tundra, I think, more than happy with the way this game one's going so far.
Sakit kali mukul tower, udah kayak tower turbo, cok.
For Pure and Thompson. And both of their lanes went relatively well. It was really only the support suffering up top here on the side of Tundra. You've got this great starting point, especially as you approach the Maelstrom into probably the Gleipnir here for Thompson. Get some control, get that jump in. You're getting your EXP lined up as well. Even Whitemon's about to hit level 6 at this point, soaking quite nicely on mid. We haven't really seen that much movement out from Mikado. And that's one thing to be a little bit concerned about as well for Ricky. He is working onto the defusal. At that point, the rotation should be simpler up top, though.
I'm going to try and make a move in here. Ponyo and Akashi trying to go onto Whitemon. Whitemon with the snowball. Going to be able to just go towards the right and does survive a little bit longer as now Pure's going to jump in. But a nice arena from Ramsey showing up the last second. Still, they will lose Pure. Akashi, though, may go down as a follow-up, though. Here comes Makoto now, trying to help out. Thompson's the target. Akashi's still running. He's actually all right. He's out of there. Jocam setting up a disruption. The arrow to follow up, and they've got another. Oh, Talon. 4-for-1 trade. That is a very nice deal if you're a Talon fan.
Yeah, great movement across the gate there from Akashi. And they finally get their own punishment going. They find Thompson and Pure. The arena looks super clean from Ramses. Just not enough damage coming in there to really take care of things with that aggressive jump forward, breaking the position up of Tundra first.
Kurang ajar gripnya nih. Colek tower. Udah mulai agresif. Nice.
Damage starts to hurt. You're pumping out a lot of DPS. Just with a solar flare alone, you don't need that much items to play around. As long as that spell's up here for Talon. And already putting themselves in a good position. 72, less than 1k lead. You are still keeping up with Thompson. Again, they have had spectacular lanes outside of those stats. But you are finding that tempo for Talon early on. They still have these massive stacks built up by Jocam as well. Because of all the action keeping them tied in up top, Whitemon's not being able to really scout around, although he is going for a flank play here down bot.
They are trying. It seems like the movement's been read here by Talon, though. They do retreat immediately, realizing there's just too many heroes missing off the map. I believe Pure has actually left the tier 1 token on the floor there, so just towards the south of that tier 1 bottom tower. They'll jump in. They have found Saksa first, so they will burst down him. Ponyo to secure the kill. Now the fight continues with the arena being dropped down. They'll follow up onto Ponyo. A 1-for-1, make that a 2-for-1 in fact the way of Tundra. They do also pick up Jocam, now onto WS, but he's a tanky boy. They're going to give it a crack. WS just manning up. Here comes Makoto with the smoke screen, trying to set up on Thompson. Thompson in trouble. They take him down. The Prophet is no longer. Ramsey's though chasing down Makoto, gets the follow-up kill onto the Ricky. Is now Pure, still going onto Ponyo, trying to find more. He might just have him. The spear from a mile away from Ramses locks down Ponyo. Onto Akashi they'll go, but he's gone too far. Pure wants to get the hell out of there. And in fact, they'll stick around for the bottom tier 1 tower. But that team fight, it looks like it goes in favor of the side of Tundra, especially considering we have the buyback from Ponyo. In fact, WS, not out of the woods yet either. The chase is on. Pure, he'll find him. Dragon Form will wear off. The Sprout will block his way in. WS just not looking very tanky when you are getting taken down by 4 heroes. So Tundra able to secure even more as now Makoto shows back up down to this bottom lane. There is a sentry, but he's out of range for now. He'll jump in. He'll try for Ramses. So this is a very, very scary attempt. He will blink away. Akashi helping out Makoto. He'll run out of range, so they will stun him up. But he's all right.
Dua daerah lain cok, gak ada yang farming cok, berkelahi terus, pakai turbo aja nih.
Though Pure, looking to back off. Here comes Makoto. Jumps in with the silence. The arrow, though, not landing. The tag team from Whitemon. Oh my, the drinking buddies. He dragged him out of the range of the arrow.
He does,
Just
and a
stitch
lot
up.
of things going wrong there for Talon. The buyback on Ponyo earlier on, just not amounting to much. Pure morphing into the Riki, getting the smoke screen on top. Mikado jumps in, but Ponyo's TP back in after the buyback. Just a lot of forced movement out from Talon. They want to try to play, they feel like they're strong, and they were. But that Gambit just falls flat on its face with how they positioned themselves on Tundra. Again, they split up that fight really nicely. The Arena managed to block off that re-engage from Talon early on. And then just this Morphling, if you don't manage to hold Pure down, he shifts into the Riki. You have to deal with Smokescreen as well. And you've got two big melee cores that want to jump in, at the very least with the DK without Dragon Form, and the Marcy even with her Unleash, not going to enjoy that either. And the BKB's a pipe dream right now for Ponyo.
Mid lane, Whitemon has been caught. That'll be Makoto securing a kill here on the Riki. Third one of the game for himself. We'll find a nice invis rune here as Ponyo will pick that one up. And they could potentially look at Saxa, but it doesn't seem like they want to really dive tier 1 towers yet. I think that might be the thing that's really kind of intimidating Talon as well right now, is the fact that that mid tier 1 and the bottom tier 1 tower just went down so quickly to the draft of Tundra. But that is one thing you really have to worry about when you are up against an Ench Nature's Prophet, is your towers are just going to melt, even if they're not there to do it themselves.
No, doesn't take that much time at all. I do like the itemization coming out here as well from Pure. He had, again, a fantastic lane phase. He's just doubling down with a Midas. Already has a Dragonlance. Going for the Hurricane Pike, just needing some distance, some way to jump out of Smokescreen. Once you take care of that, you don't have too much to be scared of here on Pure, unless you get a good jump here from WS. He did have the Blink queued up earlier. He did opt for the Armlet first to try to scale up. So again, trying to play more of a carry role from the off lane here, and just get some damage, get some quick farm going, clear out those camps. Thunder for their part, starting to clump around this focal point on Pure. Has the stats, just front line, has a lot of spare agi to shift into, strength. It's not the easiest to burst, especially since you didn't go for Frost Dragon whatsoever. Get a catch on fire.
Mau beli quelling ya.
A nice easy pick off here for the boys of Tundra. Ramses will go ahead and secure his 5th kill of the game now.
Tahu nih orang-orang.
That's one of the things, again, if you are just a lonely support, you are going to get caught very, very easily.
Dia kayak beli quelling tuh.
Cheeky little scan out from Tundra as well. Does scan out Akashi on the Mirana. He is just continuously running south to the safer parts of that jungle. And you do have Pure and Saxa around, though chances are they probably won't be able to lock down the Mirana. So Talon, they have slowed down the game quite a bit, haven't they, John? They're not really grouping up and fighting at all. Seems like they're more than happy to just secure a bit more farm on their end of things. Where it really is Tundra, the ones...
Waduh. Koneksi
being
kayak ini.
quite aggressive on the map.
Yeah.
In fact, here we go
Bam.
again. Makoto, a beautiful speed, but no.
Wah. Ya nge-lag, kacau. Kacau nge-lag. Wah.
It doesn't land, still the Arena, and the Gleipnir will do the job. Makoto with the silence helping out in terms of surviving, but not as long as the disruption. It does save his life, but they do take him down. Whitemon takes care of it. They'll lose Thompson, but they'll lose Whitemon on top. In fact, now Tundra. They may have gone too far. Ramses, he'll be the one to go down. Pure will move in, trying for Akashi's life, and Akashi, he does die, but now can Pure get out? Well, the answer is yes. In fact, he's jumping in. He wants more, but he'll have to leave the area. I believe that was a 3.
Ya nge-lag. Astaga.
And it was in favor of who? It looks like Talon. WS will find another.
Burst down that Ench was on very low HP anyhow. The side event that fight just happened. That was a, of course, playing aggressively, getting that jump forward.
Kodo?
Oh,
he's found Pure. He has found. If you're a Riki carry or a Riki, you are just a second. Let's go down.
And you have to be by the Riki. Able to scout out the Riki they have planted.
4 loh.
From that bot
Emang
area
4
again,
nge-lag kah?
that fight worked out disastrously for Talon. So sentry coverage for themselves. They're still done. And this time around,
Buat kita berarti live stream
a
kalau
little
kayak gini
bit
bang.
keen on just shoving in very deep onto that tier 2, quite getting the connections out from Ram.
Punya kita sih ini provider.
Initiation onto Mikado first before just that first spear connecting to a tree. You'd have a very different outcome there for Thunderfox. For time, it allows Jocam and everyone else to kind of TP in, get this prolonged fight that the DK will enjoy, especially if he's not being game. 16-11, still a 2K lead. Out from Thompson, getting some good split push.
Gapney doesn't actually clip onto Akashi. Now Akashi picking up his own Gleipnir, but it is all too late. The ball down. Pure able to secure that. Again, Tundra, you know, as much as you like to look at the kill score and think maybe, it seems like Tundra in complete control.
Gimana dong kalau nge-lag gini bang? Tinggal
Here we
sastra
go
bang kalau
though,
nge-lag
Ramsey's
bang.
getting jumped mid lane. They'll try to burst down the Mars, but the snowball, Waimon unning, but it's not coming fast enough. So Waimon should go down as now Saksa, or could be a third target here for the side of town. Mind what I said, John. Map move.
I mean, the map movement's to be expected from Tundra, right? You've got an NP, you have the highest mobility heroes on town. Find space for Thompson to take more aggressive farm, leaving conservative jungle out for Pure to farm few heroes. I do like that Tundra are clumping towards with Ramsey's trying to get these opportunities. But it doesn't feel like they're
Maybe spread out, but of course Ponyo is just going to be able to commit rebound and get really
Dah
the
bang.
back up to
Aneh cok. Oh, mau nonton nggak bisa.